Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and this is kind of a two for the price of one video, because not only am I featuring my largest blood orange, which is a Sanguinelli, it's still got in the pot and still surviving, which have survived the winter in my summer house, two date palms. Now these were from dates that I had one Christmas. I think it must be, I don't think that it was last year. I think maybe it's 2 years now. I've lost track. Maybe they germinated last spring. Maybe they're a year old, these seedlings. But I poked a couple of date stones into this pot when I'd been eating them in the kitchen one January or February, and a couple of months later they came up, and I would have to obviously take the plant out of the pot and repot it to be able to split these out. So for the time being I've decided to leave them as partner plants. I don't think they're going to cause each other any real problems, and of course it may well help absorb surplus moisture in the pot. So when this was bought, this just said blood orange tree on it, but luckily there was still a label on it from the Spanish grower. As is typical with Victoriana, they just call it a blood orange, but it did actually have an original label from the grower on which showed it was a Sanguinelli. So, and fascinatingly, it's still got two fruits on it. Now if you remember me doing videos at the end of autumn when I was putting the plants away, most of the oranges on this had fallen off and shriveled, but it's actually, and the others have fallen off during the winter, but actually there's two blood oranges on it. Now this one looks close to being ripe. The ones that I harvested in the middle of winter were completely dried out inside and not really edible, and I'm wondering if these might be the same, because obviously I haven't watered it between November and now, which is late in April, but nevertheless the oranges have held on, and there's a possibility that as I've now started watering it, if they're not too far gone inside, that they might juice up a little bit. I mean, this is quite a nice colour. It doesn't have what I call that red blush to it that blood oranges sometimes get, although occasionally they don't get that red blush to the skin. You open it up and they're still red inside. Now it has got, at the moment, just one or two flowers appearing, but this one was right at the back of my summer house and got almost no light at all. So I think, considering it looks as healthy as it does, is quite a miracle, because it really was as far away from the windows as possible to get, and I was worried it was going to suffer badly. But on the whole, it's quite a good colour. The leaves look quite healthy still. There's some signs of deficiency, and a bit of distortion on the leaves, so it probably needs feeding. But I did put it in some fresh compost about a year ago, and I don't think there'll be any. I don't think it will have outgrown the pot anywhere near yet, but I'm happy with the size of it and the general colour. And obviously we'll give it a little water and a feed and just see if these oranges happen to improve. I think they've been on here about 8 months, but of course what I've found is keeping them on over winter here when the weather's particularly cold is the fruits end up completely drying out inside that aren't very edible. But nevertheless I thought that would interest people who've been following the saga on some of my citrus fruits, and particularly on the blood orange, because I've only got the one. I haven't got a Moro, I've only got a Sanguinelli. At least I think I've only got one blood orange. I've lost track of them now. But it's nice to see fruits hanging on it, and even if they're not edible, at least they look ornamental. And as I said, I'm fairly sure that this will start into growth next month and probably, hopefully, flower quite heavily. It's got a decent sized stem on it anyway. As I said, the date seedlings have survived -4 in the summer house without any issues. Have most of my citrus, and I think that as the weather warms up, it'll probably spur them on into flowering. So that's my blood orange Sanguinelli. Thank you for watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up, share the video if you think anyone's interested. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out, and obviously I'll be doing regular updates on the citrus. Catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now.